When life forces you to stop, it is because something new must be born. Have you ever felt as if life suddenly pulled the brake? You were in your rhythm, running, planning, conquering, and boom! Something happens that forces you to stop. A disease, a loss, a burnout, an unexpected dismissal, a crisis that shakes the structures. This forced pause may seem like a punishment, a delay, a sign that something has gone wrong. The first reaction is frustration, anger, despair. Why now? Why with me? This is a deeply human experience, and if you've been through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The truth is that, in the whirlwind of modern life, we are conditioned to be always in motion, always producing, always doing. The idea of stopping scares us, makes us feel unproductive, lost. But what if I told you that, often, it is exactly at this obligatory stop that life offers us the most precious gift? What if this handbrake was actually a portal to a restart, to a rebirth? Stop and think with me for a moment. How many times have you wished you had more time for yourself? To reflect, to reconnect, to take care of your health, to nurture your relationships, to recalibrate the route? But the rush of day-to-day, the pressure, the endless list of tasks, always pushed us forward. And then, life intervenes. It forces you to slow down, to look inside, to confront what you have been ignoring. It is as if the universe said, "Enough. Now you will have to hear me." And it is in this imposed silence, in this vacuum that forms, that a sacred space for introspection arises. It is during these forced pauses that our masks fall, our priorities are redefined, and our true essence begins to emerge. Those distractions that once filled every minute are removed, and we are confronted with our own truth. It can be painful, scary even. Face the fears, uncertainties, vulnerabilities. But it is also in this fertile soil that the seeds of something new begin to sprout. What have you avoided looking at in your life? What dreams did you leave aside in the rush? Which relationships did you neglect? Life, by forcing us to stop, gives us the chance to revisit these questions and, most importantly, to find new answers. Imagine you are a tree. For years, you have grown upwards, seeking the light, expanding your branches. But comes a harsh winter, a storm that you abruptly pruning, to collect your energy for the roots. It seems a loss, a setback. But it is precisely in this recollection, in this vital pause, that the tree strengthens, prepares for a new spring, for an even more exuberant flowering. The transformation does not happen in the rush, but in the calm that precedes the storm or that follows it. Many of the greatest innovations, most profound personal transformations and rediscoveries of purpose happened when people were forced out of their normal. An artist who loses his vision and discovers a new way of creating. An executive who suffers a burnout and finds his passion in helping people. A person who faces a serious illness and decides to dedicate his life to healing and well-being. It is not a question of romanticizing pain or difficulty in any way, but to recognize that, within each adversity, there is an invitation for growth, for resilience, to discover an inner strength that you didn't even know you had. What is the message that life is trying to give you by forcing you to stop? What is the new direction that is waiting to be revealed? Maybe it's time to reassess your work, your values, your relationships, your lifestyle. This stop can be the push you needed to free yourself from old patterns that no longer serve you, to embrace your authenticity more full, to start a life project that seemed too far away. It is an opportunity to recalibrate your inner compass and follow a path more aligned with your true purpose. What happens when you stop fighting the pause and surrender to it? When you welcome the quietness, the silence, the emptiness, and allow something new to be revealed. It is an act of courage, yes. But it is also an act of deep self-care and self-love. Because by allowing yourself to stop, you are giving yourself the chance to be reborn in a stronger, more conscious, more aligned way with who you really are and what really matters to you. The most significant changes in our lives rarely happen when we are in the comfort zone. They come when we are pushed to the edge, into the unknown. So if you find yourself now in a forced pause, know that you are not alone. And more importantly, know that this situation is not your end, but it may be your most powerful beginning. It is the opportunity to reconnect with your essence, to discover new skills, to strengthen your resilience, and to give birth to something that was asleep, waiting for the right time to bloom. Allow yourself to feel, reflect, and trust that there is a new path forming, a new version of you ready to be born. If this message touched your heart and made some sense to you, I invite you to share in the comments. What phrase or word most marked you today, and what was the biggest pause in your life that brought you an unexpected restart? Your story can be the inspiration that someone needs to find strength in their own pause.